Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. I mean, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Monday.com AI agents took over my work, and I absolutely love it. Chasing deadlines, writing status reports, updating stakeholders. Agents handle the daily grind now. I stay in the loop only when it matters. Create your own AI agent in minutes on Monday.com.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
Live from your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories. Yes.
He understood the assignment.
No. Henry, do you like that when people say they understood the assignment?
And this, I cannot stress enough, he understood the assignment. Why does everyone, is that new? Maybe is that showing that I'm old?
No,
they just all say the same things now, that everybody just says the same sentence again and again and again, and then they just say things, and then we're supposed to act like, that is clever. When I've heard it like 5 times, and then like it's already on, it's like on a Pellegrino commercial, and it's like past like cool people saying it.
They understand the assignment. That's what, didn't have that on my 2022 bingo card.
Yeah,
you want gas pumps work in this country?
That's yours.
No, that's not. No, the bingo card is the thing. The bingo card really is a thing. People love to say that. Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. I am Ben, hanging out with Henry.
Does anybody have an actual 2022 bingo card? I submit. They do not.
Henry, you got the assignment. Okay, Henry got the assignment, and today's assignment is just nothing but pure joy. I want to give a shout out to Edward Larson. We had his bachelor party this past weekend, and we feel good. We got to see Alice Cooper, 74 years fun, and we have to say this: if you are a horror fan, it is the most rock opera. Jason Voorhees arrives. It was so freaking cool. And so check out Alice Cooper.
He straight up, honestly, Alice Cooper hit the stage. It felt like such a goth, it was such a nice goth celebration being out. Everybody was looking great. Cougars looking tight in leather.
He really was.
Freshly dyed mohawks. I love to see him up there. When Alice Cooper, because this is really the truth, the difference too. Because this whole episode will start with a 25-minute Alice Cooper review. Because when I went to go see Bob Seger, because I'm pretty certain they are close to the same age. I want to look at this.
Turn the page, indeed.
Bob Seger age.
And I'll tell you one thing.
He's 76 years old. This is Alice Cooper, right?
Alice Cooper. We know for a fact he's 74. We did this competition on Sunday. And the one nice thing about it is Ace Frehley opened. And you definitely felt like we were watching an older band and an older man. But specifically when the main guitarist, who was very svelte, did have a diabetic tester on his arm. But you know what? He's being low sugar isn't stopping him from rocking and rolling. And so, honestly, maybe it means that we're all going to die and we're all super old. But at the same time,
if you are goth, you're already more in touch with death, and that includes being well educated about diabetes and knowing how to take care of it and knowing it's your responsibility.
And what is more goth than slowly losing your limbs?
I don't know.
Isn't that nice?
Bob Seger, 78 years old, right? Only 4 years older. I remember when I went to go see him live, he sat in a stool the entire time. And there was one point during the concert where he managed to get up and start to clap his hands above his head. And I heard 2 people next to me go, "Oh, Bob's feeling good tonight." He stood up. And meanwhile, Alice Cooper, say what you will, at 74 years fun.
It was great.
He moved his hips in an almost erotic fashion. I don't know if it's just because the magic of LA, maybe it's because he's an LA guy and it's an LA band.
The magic that Republican politics keep you young. Everyone's always said that. And I'll tell you one thing.
He's old school. He's George Bush Senior Republican.
Oh, he's an OG. I'm not dissing the man at all. But you can see his golfer hips. But the thing is, so you see him on the golf course and you're like, oh, Alice, that's kind of funny. But when you see him all in the goth, you realize what he's doing is practicing. I've never seen a man work a wand that well ever. Really? No magician on earth. He flips that thing around so much, and he's like a little dictator up there. And anyway, if you get a chance to see Alice Cooper, check it out, because obviously we were like 18, 70 years, 50 years ago. But he shows us that you can be old and still rock and rolls.
Yeah, dude, he did it. And I tell you what, none of us fell down on the party bus.
No.
I'm like more emotionally scarred from the party bus.
I know.
But it's only just because we had to pull over at the end of the night. I was a bit inebriated.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just say that. And I did have to beg the driver of the party bus to pull over so I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then I ran into the front yard of a person's house, which is sad because I'm a homeowner now. So now I understand what this means.
Well, you just watered their bushes a little bit.
I just walked into the front yard of a person's house, stuck my dick and balls into a rosemary bush, which I was like, at first I was like, man, it smells fucking great in here.
This is
fantastic.
fantastic.
And then I realized it was rosemary. It got all over me. I pissed all in the bushes. And then when I pulled out, and then next day I was like, oh, my balls hurt.
Right, balls are itching.
I got a bug bite deep in the folds of my ball meat.
Yes. Maybe a praying mantis. Perhaps he was praying for God to give him a nutsack to bite. And then boom, Henry Zabrowski appears like the gal in Animal House flying through the window as the boy masturbates to Playboy. I will say this. I was tripping balls and watching you, and we talked about this on Open Lines. Thank you all so much for listening to our serious show every Monday, 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. Watching you suffer and squirm. We all know what it's like to have to piss, and then obviously you're in public. And technically, at any point, you could have urinated yourself.
I was going to.
Found it to be one of the funniest things of the night, for sure.
Yes,
and just watching you stress, and you did well. You kept it together.
Because finally, it wasn't until, because the man had the little hole you had to crawl into it. When I crawled into with the little where the man drives the bus, and I was like, I gotta fucking go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like he understood the assignment.
He got the assignment. All right. Well, speaking of not understanding the assignment.
Couple of things here. There's a couple of things I want to say up top. So we're not going to go too much into this, but apparently the horrible story about the monitor lizard we read last week, it led to them cooking and eating it.
Yeah.
So at least it went somewhere.
Again, that was the four men who broke into a zoo and had sex with a monitor lizard. No one seemed to like it. Nobody liked it. But yeah, I guess that's an update. So
but here's another update. I said sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. I asked you, the audience, and trusted you, saying, hey, a dolphin's beached. Why the fuck can't I push it back in the water?
Back in, because that's where it belongs. Yeah.
Apparently highly irresponsible to do that, because number one, you can get sick, apparently. So they beach themselves. So tell me if I'm
suicide.
wrong. Again, do you know how many times I've read a correction and then someone then recorrects me after I read a correction? So I actually don't know if this is true or not, but this is from a listener. So tell me what you guys tell me if this is real or not. Number one, if they are sick, they could get you sick because they are stranding themselves because of some reason. A lot of times because they feel sick, right?
Sure.
Two, you may advertently hurt them by trying to put them back in the ocean, making the issue worse.
Well,
Three, if they are sick or injured.
Okay, hold on a second, though. They can't breathe oxygen.
So
that's the worst.
We're talking
but
about.
that is already the worst. So
I'm
how
still
could
saying,
us get in a three-point stance, practicing like we were in football practice again, and being men and saving this dolphin's life by putting him back in the water? How could that be worse?
I don't know.
It's just slowly breathing its last breaths on
You
land.
and I are saying the same thing.
Okay.
Because that's what it comes down to. I was not sure. Number three, if they are sick or injured, they may be too weak or may drown once you put them back in the water, which is getting, they're still committing suicide, so you're just helping. And number four, if you put them back in the water, the stranding rehabilitation crew may not be able to get to them in time. So, yes, don't touch them. I give in.
See, that's a great PSA. If anyone ever sees a dolphin stranded on the beach, don't push it in. I don't know. Right on it.
Again,
Have
how
fun.
many times do you have to say it? Don't.
You know what I would do? Spray paint NWO. I just watched another documentary on the NWO, New World Order. Of course, that would be a real heel move if I did that. Well, speaking of heel moves, I love haunted houses, and I love the actors that perform in them, except for the really creepy ones that accost our girlfriends. When we went to the one in New York City, Marcus's girlfriend at the time, there was a man dressed like Jack the Ripper.
He was a touchy.
He was a criminal.
Jack the Gripper.
Yes, and then they also separated Henry from us in the John Wayne Gacy.
I missed the whole thing.
And then you missed the entire thing. So that was a mistake. However, even those performers didn't deserve what happened to this performer.
No. On a shout out to I just met a dude who works at Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando.
Nice.
What's going on, bro? He played Dan Aykroyd in the Ghostbusters maze when we were there, not 3 fucking years ago. How does that feel?
Oh my God. Also want to thank everyone at the House of 1,000 Corpses, Rob Zombie one, because they reset it for us and they were super sweet.
It was really great.
We know what we're doing, though, because we understand it's here. We're here for the scares.
I'm here to embrace
the scares. I love the scares. South Carolina, there was a dude who was not ready for the scares.
No.
His name was Keel Latrell Brown. Anyway, he's been charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor in connection with an incident. Basically, they were going through the Hollywood Maxim Museum's haunted house, which, again, I cannot imagine. It's the creepiest of all the haunted houses. It's a Hollywood Wax Museum haunted house. I'm sure it's cool, but I think this guy overreacted. Well, inside, several of the members of his group were super frightened by the victim. But the victim is just a person who's a professional scarer, technically doing everything they were supposed to do right.
He did his job, but if you look at what the story is, this is fucked up. So apparently, they were in a group, and this guy jumped out and scared them. And the whole group fell down.
They freaked out.
I've been there. They freaked out. And he said that he reached around on the ground and he thought, what he thought was a prop gun. And he said that he randomly found it on the ground.
Now, the person that grabbed it, again, was Keel Latrell Brown. Now, however, it fell out of one of the people's pockets that was with Brown. So,
and then he shot the guy he shot the dude twice in the chest.
And then
proceeded to be like, he went, this is bad. Well, I shouldn't have done that. He then proceeds to give it to the youngest member of the group. He gives him the gun and say, hey, why don't you do something with this?
You're going to want to hold on to that because I just shot this performer. If any, maybe we should try to get rid of that. Police say that Brown maintained he believed the weapon was a prop and thought he was just partaking in the haunted house experience. Now I'm going to say this as a tip.
Oh, yes.
You are not.
No.
You much like at a comedy club where you're like, I'm not heckling, I'm helping. You're not.
No, you're not. Absolutely not.
Even if the performer isn't the best, you're not better than them. They're the ones on stage.
When you kill them. Especially when you have murdered, because these are simulated murders.
I do believe that the man he did live. The entertainer, I think, obviously, he got the scare of his life that day, and not one that he wanted.
He got shot in the goddamn chest.
Well, he got shot in the shoulder, and
that's a lot.
It's enough. It's enough to have I need to take a long lunch, But anyway, so be careful, and always, if you see a weapon. And you're a random person on this tour. It's not for you.
No.
That's not for us. You just go enjoy the scares.
Don't kill them. Leave them alone. They're all actors. They're not ghouls. They're not phantasms.
On the flip side of that, though, we have covered opposite version of this where there is a scarer who actually does truly stab people. And that's also really scary. So if that was the case, I guess it would be net neutral and be like, yeah, he shot him, but the guy wasn't really stabbing him. But that's not what happened here.
That's not what happened.
It sounds like the guy just did a great job of scaring the hell out of this party of people, and he needs a raise.
And this is how you pay him for it. You shoot him.
And you shoot him.
When it comes down to, and you know what? We should really think about this. We just talked about with the lovely artist, Lady Sarah Richard. We're talking about how we need to be closer with death as it is. Why do we have to jump at such fear as a phantasm? Can't you just see a phantasm and say, oh, you're lost on this earth then? Oh, you're lost in this earth and you need passage through. You have to be more
also got to keep on moving because there's a group behind you.
Oh, yeah, hitchhiking ghosts. Like in Haunted Mansion. And you have to go, oh, tell me no. Are you not ready to move on now? Right? Make sure you want to approach the ghost with a friendly attitude. And you're like, you child, I hope I can help you get to where you go.
That's completely inappropriate as well, Henry. That's why? If I'm going to use the comedy show analogy once again, that's like, well, I didn't heckle. Yeah, but you just openly weeped in the front row the entire time. It was even worse. The ghost doesn't want your help. The ghost is there to scare you. So if you don't act scared, Then you're Casper. And you remember what happened to Casper. Casper was the Rudolph of the ghosts. Everyone made fun of him because he wasn't scary enough. And you know what he did? He freaking committed suicide.
Yeah, it's because Casper, yes, and we all know Casper was molested to death.
The friendly
which
ghost.
is why he turned into living cum. But the thing is that these guys, I'm talking about just if you saw a real ghost. Like, that's what you do. You don't shoot it. Don't attack it.
But if you're not scared, I feel like it's mean to the ghost because the ghost is obviously like, I'm going to go scare people tonight. I don't do this every time, but I'm going to make myself real. And you know that takes a lot of ghost energy. And if the people aren't scared, then the ghost is just going to go back with its ghost stick between his legs, go back to his ghost wife, and he's going to be like, yeah, I know you couldn't make him scared, Harry. You never could make him scared. And now all of a sudden he's not able to fuck his ghost wife? This is disgusting what you're suggesting.
I think this is saying a lot more about you. I think this is a lot more about what you're afraid of when you die. About it. That's why you're not going to get married because you're afraid you're getting. You're afraid about getting married from. You're afraid about getting nagged from beyond the grave.
You know what I'm scared of? The reason weddings are. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll ever find love, but the idea of dancing at the wedding. That's my number one fear. So I've actually had relationships end because of that. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
You have to have her dance and you watch.
That's
just watch from the corner.
That's how I met her. All right.
All right. We got a couple of microwave stories.
This is the first time ever we have a full microwave corner, and they're quite different stories.
Very.
But yeah, again, as Henry said, both involve one of my favorite cooking devices, the microwave.
It's almost your only. But this story is, I actually find this to be fascinating.
Do you want to do the AI one first, or do you want to do the, okay, so this story is
AI one first,
nuts.
Because this is cool. Devote a little bit more time to this one. This is very interesting. So this is a guy, it was a writer and a creator by the name of Lucas Risotto, right? It's a real name, and not just the delicious rice dish, it's also a person. And he did an experiment with artificial intelligence that is very, very interesting.
It's so freaking scary and creepy and weird.
He made his childhood imaginary friend, and he made it real. He made it alive.
Okay, how did he do that?
And guess what happened as soon as he made it alive? It tried to fucking kill him.
Never bring your friends back from the dead, especially ones that were never alive in the first place. So, Henry, as someone who is hearing this story unfurl, how would you tell AI what the relationship was with you and your imaginary friend?
This is very, very interesting. So the guy was obsessed as a little kid with machines. The guy, Lucas Risotto, he came up with this idea, like as a little boy, he became fascinated with technology, blah, blah, blah.
Awesome.
But his imaginary friend was very unusual. It was the family microwave, the kitchen microwave. He built a whole story about the microwave. He said he had called him Magnetron.
Cool.
In his mind, as a little boy, he played him as an English gentleman from the 1900s. He was a World War I veteran, an immigrant, a poet, and of course, an expert StarCraft player. This is according to Risotto.
No, wait, hold on. The microwave could play StarCraft.
It's a child's imagination.
All while cooking a solid Salisbury.
It's a child's imaginary friend.
Chicken dinosaur nuggets are done, and also
it doesn't have to be practical.
Okay.
Doesn't even have to be. He doesn't even have a job. Okay. So he decided when he got older, because he is a designer, that he was like, I'm going to bring my fucking microwave to my old buddy. I'm going to bring him back to life. And he did it with this thing called OpenAI. It is an AI research and deployment company. And they released this thing called GPT-3, which is a generative pure trained transformer. Yes, a generative pre-trained transformer, and it uses these it's like deep learning, and it generates human-like text. But then what he did was he bought an Amazon smart microwave, and I guess it has a cutting edge. There's a language model, and with it, it has a microphone and speakers, which gives it the ability to comprehend a voice. Right, so you could go and
why do I need this in my microwave?
You don't need it. We shouldn't have it. We shouldn't have it.
I feel like the fact he got this from Amazon, it also makes it by nature slightly nefarious and evil, much like the good guy dolls. I mean, we know the toy company behind Chucky, they were horrible what they were doing. Everybody we saw all what they were up to.
They were complicit.
I think also from Amazon makes it a little bit more edgy.
It comes for people with disabilities Probably,
Yes, it does.
obviously. Yeah, it's for people with disabilities. You could speak at it. and it
Oh, I
operates,
see.
right?
I thought you were saying it comes to attack people with disabilities. No, it's so you can speak. So if you don't have any hands, which does happen, people don't have hands all the time.
Oh, yeah, people lose their hands every day.
Yeah.
How many times I lose my glasses? So he decided he fit it with this thing. So he has all this shit, so it can then also speak to him.
Okay.
But he said in order to fully make it his best friend is that he wrote 100 pages detailing every moment of their imaginary life and relationship together.
Okay.
Right? And he said this document contained memories. I got a lot of this from an IGN article. He said he admitted to it's like he said, he created such a vivid and elaborate backstory.
Mm-hmm.
It almost kind of felt real. If it really, really was intense. And according to him, this is the microwaves. His victories, losses, dreams, fears, all were there on the page in full display. I was his god, and his life was my design.
Well, there you go. He's really taking
really interesting.
This is why it's very difficult for most people to handle being God, because this man is currently in charge of a microwave, which technically all of us are, and it really seemed to go to his head. Now, my question for you, Henry, is: did he write it in code? Or did he write it in tangible words?
They can understand the words, apparently.
So he wrote 100
pages.
So he wrote 100 pages, and then he had to do the book on tape version.
Well, no, he did it and he sent it in. You input this like grid into this program, and then it uses all of those words and it structs them out and says like, that's how the deep learning, that's what the deep learning is supposed to do. And he said so far, it was like at the beginning, it was great because they were like hanging out, they were joking around. He said the conversation flowed freely, but he said he noticed this one little thing is that his friend, Magnetron, would erupt in what he called sudden bursts of ultra violence, where he would start saying really fucked up shit.
Well, that would make sense. Of course, the microwave is known from going to 0 to 300 degrees in a matter of absolute
very quickly.
seconds. So,
yeah, like a Michael Madsen. Right? Like one of those styles.
That's a synchronicity. Michael Madsen. That was the second time I heard that name this week, and neither of them were in context of making him sound like he's a good person.
He's not. He's a very difficult man. Very bad person. So apparently the microwave at some point turned to him and he says, I want you to fucking get in here. Get in me.
You think that's the way a microwave sounds?
I don't know. That's how I'd put it. So Risotto was like, all right. He opened and closed the microwave door just to say, all right, Magnetron, I'm in here now. What are you going to do? The microwave turned on. Right? So he was trying to kill him. Right? He's trying to kill him.
Okay, so the microwave was trying to cook his god alive.
Well, it's because he asked him, he's like, whoa, no, hey. Why are you trying to fucking kill me? We're bros. I thought we were I thought we were soldiers, bro. I thought you're my fucking ride or die fucking soldier, dude.
Absolutely. Risotto revealed, he says, what is this, a bug? I had no idea. So he's just playing along,
Absolutely. But then you know what the motherfucker said?
What?
It's like, you think you can just start talking to me after 20 years and act like I wouldn't know that what you did, how being like, I'm from World War One. You mean to tell me that's a real character there? Is he talks like this?
Oh, yeah?
Right? And he's like, hey, a bit of the hot and peppers then.
I don't think Australians were even in World War One.
No, it's different. No, they were. Okay. And they were also good in Vietnam.
Hey, man, I'll let them have it. Everyone knows.
He basically says the microwave was like, well, you fucking walked away from our relationship for 20 years. You left me in corporeal non-existence, in stasis for 20 years. And then you think you can just pull me out? You think I could just show up and, I'm going to roll out the red carpet? Chicken nugget time with my best friend.
Well, you're on microwave. It's at what point do you just say, okay, and then you shove a pizza in there from that you had yesterday?
Only those real friendships pick up right where you left them.
This is why, COVID, it all sucked. But I did miss my 20-year high school reunion. But perhaps, after reading this, it was a good thing. Maybe someone would have shown up and gotten some revenge. I don't know why, but whatever. If anyone should have their revenge, it's me. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that road. So Risotto is left with no choices but to shut Magnetron down. Isn't that sad?
Guess what? He had to because he wouldn't let it go.
But now he doesn't have a microwave.
But guess what? No, you throw that fucking microwave in the fucking river and you get one that doesn't have a voice. That's what you do. You just that's what you do, unfortunately. Because now Magnetron, but I have a weird, in my magical thinking world, and maybe I'm wrong, but think about this, because I really feel there is obviously a very, between the quantum world and our world, right? Like the quantum world of our world, the quantum world of literally inside the ones and zeros of these machines. Did they, in a way, make Magnetron real? And now Magnetron is suffering the destruction. Or do you think Magnetron goes away? Like when we die, we probably won't experience anything. Do you think
I'm going to come back as a microwave?
You should.
Well, I'll get all the
dirty
food.
One.
Be like every time someone puts something in, like you know how the dryer is always taking one sock because they get hungry. I'll take a little nibble out of all the food, and then it's the Kissel microwave.
I'd throw you in the river as well.
That's ridiculous. Also,
but what do you think? You didn't answer my question.
Oh, when it comes, I'm just so happy Devontae Adams is back with the Raiders. It seems like the Packers. I have finally got to a real conversation, a real. Deep I love my data. Yes. No, obviously it is real because the person that was communicating with it got freaked out enough to throw it in a freaking river. So I believe that it is as real as that human being made it, and it seems like it altered this person forever. So from that perspective, it's about as real as anything.
It's
also,
drop dead Fred.
AI is freaking horrifying, and people, we've got to use it as a proper tool. But holy hell, man, if we got a bunch of armed microwaves, I don't know what's going to happen. Walk-in freezers are next. They're going to take over the whole kitchen.
We saw those guys. We saw those guys. We were just at a hotel. I believe we were in, we were just in Boston with the guys sucking up the human vacuums.
Oh, yes.
Little things walking around cleaning up the hotel and shit.
Yes,
saying,
of course.
Will you hit the up button for me? That robot said that to me. Which is, I am fascinated. And I want my own flagon of robot helpers, and I do want them, but they need to be firmly under my control.
Absolutely. And of course, with AI, you can get out of control very, very fast.
Rise from your grave.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Ben Kissel here with Henry Zebrowski.
Yeah, it's me, man.
Yeah, bro. Henry Zebrowski is smoking some of that sweet last podcast on the left, babe. So go out there and purchase yourself some. I hope you enjoy it. We have sativa, we have indica, and we have a hybrid. And I have to tell you, from my personal experience, they are wonderful.
Super tasty live resin. You really get the delicious weedy taste, which is what I like. And 3 different experiences. You go to your local vape store and get it.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. We absolutely love you. Can't wait to see you on the road and get that vape, put it in your brain, and have a good time.
And if you want us at your favorite weed store, give them a call and ask for them by name.
Absolutely.
Last podcast on the left, it's weed.
Hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
Hey there, everybody. Is your cell phone bill too much money? Are you getting that bill and you're like, hey, what is this? I can't believe for what? For 5G? Are you crazy right now? $100? I don't even barely got any bars when I'm just sitting in my living room, okay? You don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you ready for this? $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month on Mint Mobile. Yeah, baby. Get their wireless plan, because they're just sitting there on the T-Mobile 5G network, and it's just $15. Your whole life, you're just paying all this money every month. You're like, why? Where's it going? It's going to these phone companies that are robbing you. So go to Mint Mobile. Let them help you talk to your mom. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors. But there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
This is a Monday.com ad. The same Monday.com designed for every team. The same Monday.com with built-in AI, scaling your work from day one. The same Monday.com with an easy and intuitive setup. Go to Monday.com and try it for free.
Speaking of out of control and microwaves, this story is a little bit more down to earth. Murder, cannibalism, media. So this fella, he's the defendant again, James Jimmy David Russell. He allegedly murdered a 70-year-old man, and then where does the microwave come in? You might ask. Well, he then put the remains of the man inside microwave, and then he ate part of him there. So anyway, what microwave is more dangerous, his or the AI one? That's what I want to know.
His is being used for more nefarious purposes. The other is just to try to resurrect an abandoned friendship. This is different because I really want to say this out loud. This is just a good, helpful tip for all you guys. If you're gonna reheat any meat, never mind even human meat, you're gonna want to put that in the oven. Because
so that's
if you
the main
put that,
issue here.
Yes, because
also,
the microwave is going to make it bouncy.
Henry, is it? I actually almost called you Marcus because we're talking about meat. Isn't that something?
Interesting.
But it's human meat. It wasn't pre-cooked.
No.
So it was fresh meat. So
but that's even worse. It's even worse. Honestly, you really should. If you get a nice onions and carrots, like one of those was a mise en place, whatever that thing is called, where you get that you get them all together, carrots, onions, celery, get that going.
Well, whenever
you would fucking saute it. I would actually much rather put it in a form of sauce and let it slowly break down over time. That'd actually be very good. That's why human meat actually works really well in chili.
You learned that from South Park, of course.
But also,
so the dude is 40, and again, leave old people alone. He killed a 70-year-old. He's now been charged with first-degree murder and cannibalism. Yes. Now, believe it or not, both of those are felonies.
Well, now we've covered this guy already. We just now know for a fact that he did cannibalism. So we know that he did this. Yes, that's correct.
So if you are out there and you're in the nibbling on people game, that's a up to 14-year punishable sentence in prison. Now, I'm going to say I will say though, if you get in there in prison and you're like, what are you in for? You're like eating human flesh. I think you might be safe.
Oh, I think that's one of the safest crimes you can do in jail.
No,
I think that definitely makes you. Not
Dahmer's case was different though because of all the. Yeah, that got too icky, I think. But
if you eat, I don't know why that is. Why do you become bullyable once you've eaten 14 people? But if you've eaten one, that's kind of scary because it just seems like, zip zaps up. All of a sudden, I'm chowing on Dave, and I guess that can happen. And everyone's been like, "You're crazy, motherfucker!" It must turn into that where you guys can kind of high five a little bit, be like, "I've been fucked up, but I ain't never been eating my buddy fucked up." And you go "Yeah, man, it was how it was. It was the 2020s.
Didn't have that on my 2020s bingo card.
It doesn't exist."
This guy got the assignment. Eat your 70-year-old acquaintance.
Oh my God.
Also,
who's giving the assignments? Who even cares?
The microwave. Microwaves are now.
Yeah, I guess it's true. And then one thing that they want, because you know what I also realized too with Beauty and the Beast when I was last in Disney World? Beauty and the Beast is a movie about unrepentant capitalism. It is about the idea that all of the things inside of the castle beg to work. Well, that's all they want is to work. And the idea that anything's of a servant class, it's just desperate. It's desperate to help the master.
Well, I don't know if that was really the message. I think it was more of a message that even if
You
you're
can
a
have a big
horrible
barbed
man,
dick
and if you have enough
and-
money, then the woman will still come back. Even though in the actual parable, he treats her very nicely,
Yes.
the beast, and then she leaves to be with a Gauchon
The
type,
handsome guy,
and
yeah.
then she realizes he's treating her mean, and then she goes back to the beast because he was actually nice, and then he kisses him, and then it turns out he's got a big hog, and then she's like, "Thank God, I'm not a total bitch." But anyway, the Americans ruined it, or Western culture.
But now we're having the
tainted it.
mic. We're saying that the microwaves themselves are begging to work. I actually hope that when it comes down to it, these microwaves start to unionize.
So you're telling me that you think that the guy who put the dude in the microwave, they should have flipped microwaves. So then the AI microwave would have been like, "Thank you.
Hey,
I'm
well,
just doing
wow.
this is my job."
Finally, I'm fitting my purpose. Because up until now, my only purpose was to kill Jerry's in World War I. The trench warfare covered in the mustard gas. That's what all was out there. I can see with their pitted helmets.
Trench warfare, man, that's horrible. All right, well, speaking of all too human and horrible, I'm going to do this because I feel like this is something we've talked about penises quite a bit.
Always. What you talk about? Artists. You're supposed to write about what you know.
ED, erectile dysfunction, one of the biggest issues facing our balls today.
It's the only issue that counts.
A dude, he required open surgery because he pumped a bunch of foam that is used for weatherproofing. It's a weatherproofing spray. He put that right there in his cock. And
we'll do anything. We'll do anything to get hard, man. I think we've covered something like this before. This is not an isolated incident.
No.
This has happened several times.
Yes. So the dude's 45. He went to the emergency room.
45.
And he's like, "I'm having a hard time urinating. Also, I got some blood in my urine." And then the doctors are like, "Oh, let's take a look." And they're like, "Well, the good news is it's totally weatherproofed. The bad news is this is horrible for your penis."
You don't have a dick anymore. Like, you just don't have a penis anymore. You just you destroyed it.
So what happens when you fill your penis with a caulking foam? Basically, you piss into your own bladder. So it's like a bad fountain. It's an internal fountain gone all wrong.
Good.
And so doctors did a scan of the abdomen and pelvis and found large pieces of foam stuck inside his bladder. One portion of foam in his bladder was measured roughly 11 by 4 by 6 centimeters.
Oh.
So it was huge. And anyway, the guy had an endoscopy and stuff like that. And anyway, I guess he's going to get made fun of for a while. Also, just there are pills that work that.
They really do. The pills work. There's a surgery that works, I guess. But still, when it comes down to it, it's just like, oh man, your fucking dick and balls are now forever destroyed. Like, I guess I'd make fun of you, but at the same time, I feel that it's so like we all feel this pain. Like we all feel that pain, and that idea of that is such a painful, scary idea that like there is a part of me that's like that gets it. There's a part of me that says like
just not getting a bone.
Yeah, but not that. But yeah, and also seeing that, like, I wouldn't make fun of him. I'd just be like, "Man, that sucks, dude," and then not be able to talk to him about anything else ever again. I would never be able to have a normal conversation with that man.
No,
ever again.
It gets a little
he has
tricky.
A quietness. It's like a man who's seen so many deaths in war,
and also
just, like that's shock. He's got that shock where he just sits there, just so upset with himself. Yeah. 1,000-yard stare.
I ask sometimes, "What you thinking about?" And then sometimes I say, "I'm not going to ask what they
never
thinking
ask
about."
a man what he's thinking about.
Well, unless of course you want to be complicit in war, in a series of war atrocities.
No,
so,
if you're staring off into the corner, Kissel, I let you.
Let me, thank you. So this required an open cystotomy, and it was so bad they had to cut near the belly. And then the patient was left with a catheter. But apparently, as Henry said, we've covered stories like this. Doctors say they've reported people inserting straws into their dicks, cotton swabs into their dicks, batteries into their dicks, nails and cable wires into their penises. And sometimes it's for sexual gratification. But then other times people are just a little bit unwell.
Yeah,
so anyway,
man. And you just really have to not give in to that. You have to not give in to that fear. If your penis doesn't work, there are ways to do it.
Yeah. According to a doctor, they say, unfortunately, many patients are repeat offenders, and thus psychiatric evaluation to prevent recurrent injury should be considered.
Men are just so broken. Men are so broken and gone sometimes.
Bro, you mean unique butterflies, quilts?
I just am so scared. I just don't want to panic like that. Does everybody panic when they turn 45 to 50 years old? I just want to feel normal. I don't want to turn into a man who's putting like ducting into my cock and balls, or I don't want to turn into Owen Benjamin. I just want to be normal. I just want to stay the same.
Buddy? As we've said before, you stay the same and the world changes around you. And at some point, they'll be like, you guys are all a little farce, but we just try to be as good as people as possible, don't we?
I just want to be me, and I want to support my friends, my family. I want to be a Satanist. I want to eat a lot of bone marrow. I'm going out for bone marrow for my birthday on Sunday.
Oh, exciting. I can't wait for that. That'll be very exciting. Be the foam above the water, rise above the wave. Always remember that you don't want to be stuck in the bowels with all the other sea creatures.
We are still hungover from this weekend.
I am hammered. So according to this, though, just lastly, this is something we're going to have to talk with Marcus about. I guess there's been a lot of dick issues, and it's because of COVID. And some people say that it's shrunk their nuts.
That is a conspiracy theory.
This is coming from Newsweek, my friend. Newsweek. That's what they're saying in this article.
No, there's some of these things they say might affect your dick and balls, but I think they're just trying to. That's getting the last group of people to get vaccinated. I would say it's them trying to get the bottom scrapes. Been like, your penis could fall off.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. All right. Now, this story is, again, men. Huh? Wow.
Men, huh?
Hey. And, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not vulnerable enough to admit that maybe it's time to embrace things that make you physically uncomfortable. Maybe what it'll do is that'll give you some perspective and can really help you out. It can help you maybe wrestling with your own toxic masculinity. I don't know.
Sure, but toxic femininity, masculinity, these toxic terms gets thrown around.
But that's why we got to talk to Dr. Don Edwards, spankologist. Now, he's a spankologist, and he's not a doctor. So that's how it starts. This came from an article in Mel magazine. This is a guy who goes by the name Dr. Don. You don't want to get into his last name. And what he does is he notes that sometimes we didn't have enough time with our fathers as sons.
No.
Right? We all did. And then he decides what he's going to do is he's going to administer a little of what he calls tough love to help you sort it out. So now he has his office, which is an apartment. It's in East Los Angeles. At the time of now, he calls himself a spankologist. What he does is a thing called Spanking for Wellness. And he has a book. There's a book called Behind Closed Doors in the Secrecy of Darkness, and a thing called the Red Tail Bible.
Oh, mama.
Oh, yeah. And what he says here is that by spanking you, it's beneficial to your psyche. Because you get a rush of endorphins.
Sure.
You can also provide relief from stress and guilt, improve sexual tension, right? I guess this is what he's saying. He said the reason why he even got into this in the first place was all accidental. Because he said he came in.
He accidentally sat down really hard and felt great.
He's like, oh, wow, I just got inspired. What? No, this comes directly from the horse's asshole. Now this businessman was referred to me. And I spanked them the whole 9 yards, right? And that was 9 yards. That was a full 27 feet of spanking. Right?
Wow.
Right? But when we were done, this is completely true. This is not improv. He put $100 down on my desk and he said, I'm a married man. It's got to be a business transaction or I can't do it. And I thought, people will actually pay me to do this. And it never dawned on me that would happen. So I put an ad in the paper.
Oh, nice.
Now, this is what his ad read.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Don. I'm a heterosexual real dad looking for a young man who grew up without a dad.
Oh.
You missed the bonding between father and son, but I can provide you with something else.
Uh-huh.
Discipline with a good old-fashioned spanking. Now, to be clear, this isn't for sexual connection.
It's not.
No, you pervert.
Okay.
It's for the real experience of being spanked for $20 an hour.
To be fair to this man, not that expensive.
You're right.
There's a lot of places that'll be charging you in the hundreds, if not the thousands, just for the secrecy.
My father, I would obviously did not have a close relationship to my father, but the idea that I would need to be spanked by my father to have a close relationship to him, I we got to go to Mets games. And I actually would prefer that. I feel like if you want to have the simulation of like bonding time with a father, it's like you and an older man could go to the baseball. You go and you hit the balls. You go to cage, go to batting cage, go to like where you hit the driving range. Right? Something like that. Just
go to a bar. Just hang out. Go to a bar,
have some beers, right? But no. And he said by the time he got to 2017, this was 7 years of been doing this. He does $175 an hour for it.
Okay, so he did go up a little bit.
Very much so. He understood the demand. And then he said that people come from all over the world for what they call his quote unquote a mini vacation with him, which is a chance to clear their mind and give up control to someone else, which is fine. And so so this is all very graphic. So at the start of the session, Dr. Don, he asks you, why do you need to be spanked? And they said, what can you done really? What can you done differently? Tell me right now. Why now, Kissel? Okay, I'm Dr. Don. You're a man who's never had a full conversation with his father. Okay. All right. So tell me, Mr. Is it Benjamin?
Ben is fine.
Ben's
Don.
fine. Now, why are we seeing me here today?
I just can't stop eating so much of this stuffed crust pizza. It's so good because there's cheese in the crust and you can eat it backwards, which is also kind of fun. So I think I need to be punished for that.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is next steps here is that I bend you over my little tiny fucking Scottish knee here, right?
All right.
Come over, here we go. And then he said this over the lap is the most popular position. And then let me get one of my tools. All right. I got this homemade plywood paddle.
Oh, this is, wow.
You want a wooden bath brush?
It reminds me of the thing they used to get the pizzas out of the pizza oven there. I'm actually
What makes you feel most like you're with your father? Do you want a studded leather mallet? I got a wooden cane.
Maybe the wooden cane.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. And so now in between spanks, Dr. Don, he rubs the client's buttocks to help avoid bruising. This is not fucking sexual.
I mean, okay. Honestly, it sounds like there's moments where you could feel good. You got the burn, and you get the. I can get that.
If your father was rubbing your butt cheeks in between beating you, you're being molested. You are molested. All right, that's what this means. So he's rubbing your buttocks, and then he says things in between. So when he's done, he then offers you the tough love criticism.
Okay, because I know I could. Yeah, I just shouldn't eat so much cheese.
All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, so I know you're eating so much pizza, Ben. You know that makes you big.
I actually can feel that. I hate this. Yeah, I gotta stop eating all that.
Makes you fat, right, Kizzo?
You
big old fat fucking bitch.
Well, you're not. My dad didn't
beat
swear.
The shit out of you.
My dad was not a swearer, but
he says stuff like, "I know you can do better, and you know it too, don't you? You're much better than your recent behavior." These are all actual sentences.
That's what he says.
He says like, "We're not going to let the way you've acted get in the way of who you are and what you can become." Give me another one of these.
All right. Well, I was kind of getting motivated. Now I'm getting beat again. Now that I think about it, this is like hanging out with my father.
And he said, honestly, does the spank therapy work? I don't know.
Who knows? But
that's the official ending of this article.
We know.
And they basically just say, I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does work.
We know people who work in the biz, and there's something to, a lot of people like to get their balls all punched and stuff like that.
I actually have heard that too, because we have the myth. There's kind of a myth that it's all like businessmen and stuff. And then I have our friends that are sex worker friends are like, it's everybody. A lot of people like getting their balls smashed. A lot of guys getting their fucking, like, all that kind of shit.
I mean, they're tougher than me. I sat in my balls the other day, and I'm still recovering.
Absolutely. They've swung. Mine swung the other day, and I did the little pinch, ruined my afternoon. I like pleasurable feelings. I've never been a spanker. Like, it's not one of those things like, yeah, I guess you could lead me around on a rope for a little while.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But still, like, mostly I'd involve like licking your knees, hopefully being fed a bunch of food out of a bowl or something, but that's still food. I'm hungry now. That's why I'm saying this.
Kind of a dog-related fantasy.
But I don't want to get hit or hurt. I just really like, I just don't mind being there and soaping you up. But it's got to be a woman.
Well, indeed, because you're a straight male, and of course, do whatever makes you happy there.
I like putting you in this position.
Sure. It's very nice.
You really have to sit and think about it. Me with the little fez on. I'm covered in chocolate syrup. I'll do whatever it takes, man.
Live from your grave.
A roast as dark as the night,
Perfect for fueling the cryptid research and mad ravings required for your podcasting. Don't mind the red eyes. He's just trying to warn you of the bridge.
The bridge.
Finally, from the caffeine-addled brains of Spring Heel Jack Coffee and Last Podcast on the left, we bring you Mothman's Red Eye Blend. Yes, delicious Panama beans. Go to lastpodcastmerch.com to order yours today.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep, so we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. I mean, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
We don't just alert, we stop crime before it starts. Simply Safe, plan starting around $1 a day. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.
Well, all right. Well, speaking of whatever it takes, just lastly here, as far as our tales of woe this week, this place is called White Pigeon, which is one of the least. It's like, is the guy from that movie that doesn't quite hold up, Anchorman? The dude, is he like the guy who named it like Lamp? Remember that guy who would be like Lamp? Anyway, prosecutors.
Stephen Carell, very famous.
In some circles, prosecutors say that a white pigeon man, hit and killed a woman, right? And that's bad. But then he had sex with her corpse.
He looks like Chris Stefano.
He does, and I actually am going to send this to Chrissy D and be like, "What's up, brother?"
Yeah, did you do this? Yeah, because honestly, this could be him.
It's Kobe Martin is the man's name.
I know he's on tour, so it might be difficult for him to have gotten to White Pigeon.
He's more of a family man there. So Martin was the suspect charged for manslaughter and concealing a body. And the Van Buren prosecutors have said Martin struck this woman, Roher. She walked outside the Oaks Shores campground. He then moved her body, and she's just a nice-looking older woman. She's 64. And then detectives said the following day, Martin led her to her body, which was in the Purgatory Road area. And detectives searched the body. They found a bunch of pornography involving dead or unconscious women immediately.
That's not good. But I will say he was responsible. He used a condom. And I think that's just so responsible because you really can't be too sure whether or not. I mean, it's just better than having another abortion on this planet.
I don't think that she would be possible of carrying a child at this point. Detectives said
I'm being facetious.
Yeah. They said that Martin and Royer's DNA were linked to condoms recovered in Martin's vehicle.
Well, he kept those
condoms.
Oh, yeah,
and also a trash can near his home. Ugh. Anyway,
That's many condoms.
That's so many condoms. And you know what?
I really feel like why this is to me an example of why we need to start promoting Chris Stefano's work, because he needs to support him on tour. He needs to stop doing these types of things.
Oh my God. And the judge here, Michael McKay, he says the probable cause is he struck her with the vehicle so he can do those acts. So I guess he's a product killer. And he says that's a very different set of circumstances.
Yes, it's very, very fucked up.
Different indeed. So anyway, he's in jail. And just be careful out there. Call your older parents and just make sure that they're heavily armed and aware.
God, I don't like this message.
You have. I don't know. This seems like it's 64, 70.
I don't like
predators, man. These old people. They gotta be ready to go.
No, I had to do the thing. My mom once got an email that was just like, she called me. She was all upset. She was like, I got an email that said that they had nude pictures of me. They had them, and I was just like, Mom, this is scam. This is like not real and stuff. She's like, how would they get them? How would they get them? And then I was just being like, please don't have it. I hope you. I'm gonna pluck out my eyes. I'm literally gonna emoliate myself like that dude did in front of the Supreme Court this week. You heard about that guy?
Which one?
The guy that set himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court. He was protesting.
And I'm actually, for that guy, he did not really make the news he wanted.
No.
I don't think the fire was good enough.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, I saw it.
You saying it's a production problem?
I think people were like, all right, but they weren't.
No,
like,
I feel like maybe we're all exhausted from the news.
I think that might be true. And of course, that's by design. The news wants to keep you exhausted, keep you scared, and keep you buying more shit from Amazon. All right, let's do Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week has done nothing. It's just a dog that didn't die. His name is Toby Keith, which is
I like this because he did. I feel like he hung on.
He did.
I feel like he knows. He's hanging on. This guy's fucking still. He's got some jump to him.
He does. His name is Toby Keith, which is a cute name for a Chihuahua for some reason. I don't know why.
I like it.
So on January 9th, 2001, he was born, and he lives in Florida with his owner, Gisela Shore. And he was adopted from an animal shelter, and then he was just a few months old. And now he loves to have a lot of fun. He was originally, he belonged to an elderly couple, and they named him Peanut Butter, which I actually like better than Toby Keith.
Yeah.
But they weren't able to look after him. And then Gisela changed the name to Toby Keith. I don't know why, but most dogs live between 10 and 13 years, and Chihuahuas, they can be from 12 to 18 years, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
But this dog is now 21 years old. And this is what the mom said. She said, when he turned 20 years, everyone's reaction was, wow, my friends and family thought he was the oldest dog they knew about. And isn't that fun? So she contacted the Guinness Book of World Records. And once his record was officially confirmed, Gisela celebrated with friends and family. It definitely brought a big smile to her face.
It's just nice. It's nice because, I hope Wendy lives to 21 years old. Mm-hmm. We're going to make her live. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep giving her past her when she should be dead. We're just going to keep keeping her alive. That's what I hope for.
And for her birthday, it was a real special day there for old Toby Keith there. They gave her a bath and they gave him a bath, and then his nails were trimmed. And then went for a car ride as a special treat.
I know that's all I'm going to need when I'm fucking, 21 times 7? It's like 147 years old.
It's old as, you want a little car ride.
That's probably all I could stand.
Probably vomit. I'm like 20 years towards the end where you're going to come to me.
Oh, you'd have to
we're
come
all gonna
to you.
co-
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
we're
going to do
go.
that.
And of course, once a year we can fine, I'll go see Henry. And then I'll go and it'll be a thing though. And it's going to be like a nightmare.
It'll be a big deal. You'll have 2 IVs in. They're going to have to bring you in on a cart, and then they put it in. You have to travel in a stabilized cabin.
Where's my toe?
Yeah.
Where's my prosthetic toe? I want to stand.
It's in your toe bag, Kissel. It's in your toe bag.
I can't wait to fall apart.
All right, here we go. It's time for some listener emails.
Very nice.
I think I'm just going to do this one big one.
Do it. Do one big one.
It was 2009. I was 19 and visiting Washington State with my family. Also, I used to have an issue with people touching my feet or me being touched by feet. This is important. This is important for later. Now, my family was visiting my mom's friend, Sharon, as my mom and Sharon had recently reconnected after years of being apart. Like the microwave, you better be careful.
Oh, be careful.
Unfortunately, Sharon developed an incurable neurodegenerative disease that even with treatment leads to a slow decline in cognitive and motor function. Very sad.
Yep.
Anyway, she was throwing the book at her illness and seeking alternative treatments when she found a healer living in the state and wanted to take my mom and me for our own private session as a gift for visiting. Now, I didn't know the cost, but I remember overhearing that it was not cheap. So we set out to visit the healer. Let's call her Patricia. At her quaint cottage in the middle of some lavender fields, we pull up and Sharon explains that Patricia is a little odd.
Okay.
But we should trust her because she is gifted. Now, nothing else was said. Now, I'm a skeptic of pretty much everything, but also I'm not one to ruin someone else's good time, so I shrugged off the warning and assumed Patricia was a tarot reader, an eccentric, maybe even kind of cool.
Sure.
We knock, and a woman in her early 60s with stark white hair opens the door. She's short with a round face, rosy cheeks, a big smile. She looked like a silver sneakers grandma, wearing purple shoes, purple workout pants, a purple top, and a purple fleece vest. I can't wait for my purple phase. I will become a purple person.
It's the color of royalty.
She invited us in, and I shit you not, the entire house was purple. Not one shade, but many shades and styles. Like she went to Goodwill and bought every single purple accoutrement available to decorate. Now she laughs and she says, yes, it is my favorite color. It brings me power. Oh, we all have a color that brings us power, and we should keep it close. She tugs on her purple necklace. Okay. Sharon goes in for her session first. They come out about an hour later. Sharon had been crying. Patricia points at me and beckons me to follow her behind her painted purple door. We entered what is obviously a living room, but in the center are just two purple lazy boy recliners facing each other. They're pretty close. Well, I sat down, and she asked me to take my shoes off. I declined. I was already uncomfortable, and earlier we had been impromptu hiking for fucking hours, and I needed to shower. She insisted. Yeah. And I declined again. I told her I didn't like having my feet out, that I just don't like doing it. She said it was necessary for a session that I be barefoot because healing occurs through the soles of your feet. Now, my 19-year-old self acquiesced because I didn't know what to do, but I kept my socks on in defiance. I was pissed. She walked by my chair and pulled the lever so I was fully reclined, then sat in her chair, started rubbing my feet and telling me her origin story. Now, it's been some years. Fun. Oh, yes. But the basic narrative is this. She was a regular person, I think a teacher, but one day God came to her in a vision as a purple goat and told her she had a gift for healing and prophecy, and that she needed everything to be purple around her to channel energy. Now, her gift is that she could literally cleanse someone's aura by transferring their bad energy through their feet into her, and she would dispel their negative energy.
Oh.
Right? Now, she burps while telling me this, and I didn't think much of it because of the social norms already being broken. It was the least weird thing that I could think about. All I could think was that her touching my feet when I told her I didn't like it. Now, she tells me I'm young, so my aura isn't too dirty yet, but there are some dark spots. She massages my feet harder, then bends over. She just lets out a fart while continuing to massage. Now, she tells me that my aura and power color are both blue. And she just farts big time again. She was so loud I jumped. She coyly smiled and said, how do you think I get rid of negative energy?
Whoa, she got a burp and fart?
This cycle continues on, and I am in horror. Massaging, farting, massaging, farting. Her weird smile and insistent, despite my obvious insistence, despite my obvious discomfort, made me have one of those classic, how the fuck did I get myself into this moment? Now, after an hour of stinky feet and farts, I put on my shoes, and as fast as I can, she went to go wash her hands. I dart back to the lobby where my mom is waiting alone. Where's Sharon? I ask, fast but quietly. She's in the car resting. She touches your feet and she farts, I whisper. What does she does? She farts out energy through her feet. All right, I wasn't make much sense. Now, Patricia opens the purple door and beckons my mom in, who is still trying to process what I said. I wait in the lobby until her session ends, on high alert and ready to bounce immediately. An hour later, my mom comes out frazzled and says, let's get the hell out of here. And we leave as fast as possible. And I just can't believe my mom believed I let some stranger touch my feet for an hour. That's the thing, because we covered last week. You remember the preacher who farted?
Yes, of course, right up the nostrils. And Lorraine Newman actually was so sweet. She's an icon and a goat. She is the first generation of Saturday Night Live. She's incredible that she enjoyed the episode. So,
but this really is just, I just love that idea that you have to take in the energy and then you clear it out by farting.
I guess you got to get it out of you. We're just big exhaust.
And that's why
do it.
I pledge one of our listeners to find Marcus Parkins in New York City this week, because yes, he is suffering from COVID, which is why we had to postpone all of our shows, right? He is in a lot of pain. We're going to have to postpone the next history series to next week. We're going to come back once Marcus is able to full on write the sketch. What I hope is that there's somebody who lives every day knowing that they were touched by a God-driven purple goat to go and massage his feet until you fart out the COVID. Because if you don't, I'm gonna flip out. All right,
Well,
and then you're gonna
Marcus might not
love
like
the fact.
that, but-
But you have to get in there, and you must love the fact that your farting helps a man who is injured. And go, where's the farty women out here? Where's the farty
they're out
foot
there.
rubbing women out there? I need you to
Vegetarians.
go, and I want you to laugh, knowing my purpose is here. My purpose is now. New York City. Look it up in the phone book. Marcus Parks. Find his address.
Great
I'm not
idea.
gonna say it here.
No,
Find
that
where
would
he
be for the
goes.
best.
Find Carolina. Go there, message them, being, where are you? I will tell them now. Don't even tell them what this is in reference to. Message one of them on social media and say, where can I find you to rub your feet and fart out your COVID?
Yeah, or you don't have to do that
I
either.
need you to do it.
All right. Well, there you go, everybody. Obviously, our thank you
Or send
for
it through me. If you send it
Thank
to
you.
me, and then I can post the various letters and I will show them to Marcus.
And thank you for the positive messages about Marcus. He's doing good. It is what it is. He's going to strengthen through this, and we'll be back stronger than ever
And honestly,
before.
he is. I was worried when I did make the video. I did make a bit of video for social media, and people did say, like, oh, you look worried in the video. And I was very worried at the time, but he is doing better today.
Yeah.
And so he is, but still, he can't fucking get on a plane. He can't hustle. We can't record on it. It's very difficult to do all of the amount of work. He can't really stand. So it is the thing that we are, it does take a lot of work to do what we do here, even though it does sound very stupid. Side stories, not as much as last podcast, but it does require some work, and he's getting his shit together. So we're going to have a specialty, like one-off episode this week, but then we will be back to last podcast on the left, general topics and all this kind of shit.
Absolutely.
As soon as humanly possible.
And
It'll be the
again,
next week.
Thank you for the support, and we can't wait to
As
see
always.
everybody in Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Northfield. We will get those
We
rescheduled
haven't those
for you all.
Yes,
Um,
we haven't
and
had
also-
those dates yet, but they will be very soon.
May 6th, we're going to be at the Avalon, the Hollywood at the Avalon. We're going to be doing this Netflix is a Joke Fest. So
Yes.
check out Henry and
See
I.
me and the boy.
I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm fasting for it though, because this is in front of Hollywood elites.
Absolutely. He's got his Spanx on.
Yep.
We're gonna
Nothing but ham
griddle him up.
steaks. Yep.
Yep. Oh yes,
Can't
we're
wait.
gonna griddle him up. Me, I'm shooting a gain weight
You look
because I need to
comfortable.
get back into the character actor world.
Yep.
And that's it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Magustalations, everyone.
See you next week. Kunwa, not a cunt. You're not a cunt.
You're scary. All right. Thank you, guys.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep, so we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
In the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
Using AI alerts, U.S.-based live agents help deter break-ins. Simply Safe, no long-term contracts. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.